Hello friends, today in this live stream I will be talking about that how to validate a advanced registration form inside the PHP and display error messages alongside with some CSS also. So you can just see on your screen right here, this is my registration form out there and it contains a lot of fields out there which can be, if you want, these fields are basically name, email address, phone number, website URL. So all sorts of fields are available. You can see on your screen right here. So if I refresh this form here, and basically the name is there, email, mobile number, website. This is a checkbox, gender box, male, female, other, agree to terms and service. So this is a checkbox, this is a radio button. So we will be looking at how to validate all these input fields out there. So if I click the submit button without entering these fields, guys, so this error messages will be popping in. That is, name is required, email is required, mobile number is required, website URL is required, gender is required. So now let's suppose I enter a name, and if I enter a invalid email address, and let's suppose if I enter a invalid phone number, invalid website, and let me check marks this. So now you can see that these error messages will change. That is, invalid email format, mobile number must contain 10 digits, and this is the invalid URL. So let me write a valid email, a valid number which is 10-digit phone number, and a valid website, http freemediatools.com, agree to terms condition, and enter the name. And as you can see, all these fields are now correct. If you click the submit button, you will now see you have successfully registered. Your input is, name is Gautam, you will see email that we have written, mobile number is the written that we have written, website and gender is male. So we will be looking at how to validate this advanced registration form, guys, and how to catch the information inside PHP. So whatever you submit this information inside the form, we will be displaying it inside the browser. You can see name, email, mobile number, website, gender. So this will be a complete example, guys. You will get to know about how to validate your user input data which you submit inside the form. So this is very much useful if you have if the user has disabled JavaScript inside their browser, then the last alternative remains is for doing the validation at the server side using PHP. So we will be looking at how to validate the data which is coming in the application using PHP code. So for this example, guys, I have written a complete blog post on my tutorial website, which is webninjadeveloper.com. So this is a detailed article explaining each instruction in detail. So if you also want to read this blog post alongside with watching this video, I will highly recommend that you go to this blog post. I have given this blog post in the description. Sorry, let me copy this link here. So you can get all the source code, basically download the full source code. Let me give this link in the description. Sorry, description also. You can go to the description also to download all the source code, and also in the live chat I have given. So let's start building this application. For building this, guys, you will need this exam control panel. This is Apache web server. MySQL database is also comes in, so you need to download this software. For this, you simply need to go to, just type here, download exam control panel. So this is a software which is required for this application. So simply you can download this for Windows, Linux or a Mac operating system. So after installing it, guys, just make a simple folder inside your htdocs folder. So go to your C drive, and there will be a folder called as exam. Go to that and go to htdocs, and here you need to create a new directory. Let me create form validation and cd into this, and open this inside your Visual Studio Code text editor. So now you can see that this is our directory. So here you need to create the index.php file here. So this will this will hold all our PHP code for this. So the very first thing we will do, guys, we need to write the basic HTML form. For this we will have basically we will simply write a simple styling, guys. So we will also be just attaching a custom styling to it, all the error messages will be coming in red color. So just do it. And also in the body guys, so we will have a simple h2 tag here. Basically this will simply say registration form. So close this, and after this we will simply say to the user, so we will attach a simple class to it, a CSS class which is error, and here we will simply say here required fields. All fields are required, you should enter all the, so here we can define this class which is dot error inside CSS. So we just need to change the color of this to this color, which is hexadecimal 001. So this is kind of a red color, you will see that this is red color. So if you now open this file inside your browser, which is localhost PHP form validation, so you will see that this is your registration form here, required field. So now we need to simply enter the input fields out there. So we will have two break tags, then we will have a simple form element guys. So simply close this, and inside this guys, first of all we will have the field for the name element. So this will be input type, and this will be type text, and name will be equal to name. So this name property should be given guys. We will target this inside PHP. Again we will have two break tags. Then we will have the email. For the email guys, this type parameter will be equal to email, and the name property will be equal to email, like this. Again two break tags like this, you can now see. After this we will have the input field for the mobile number, input type, this will be again be a text, and here you need to enter the mobile number. So we will say mobile number, that's it. So give it this name attribute. So here you can simply say mobile number. So now if you refresh it guys, basically you will see there will be three fields out there, which will be name, email, mobile number. You will see that. After this we will have the other field which is required for this, which will be website. This will be for input type text, and here we will attach the name attribute which is website, and we will again be having two break tags out there, and then we will have the gender. So for the gender guys, this will be a radio button, so you can even only select one choice at a time. So we will provide user with three choices. We will attach to each choice a name parameter which is gender. So the first choice will be male, the second choice will be for the female, so input type radio, name will be again gender, and here the value will be for female, and the third choice will be other. So now if you refresh it guys, basically you will also see a radio button. Basically this is website, and also guys we need to attach break tag as well. I forgot to do that. Two break tags. So here if you see, basically we also need to write the label for this radio button, which is male, female, and other. So if you now refresh it, basically you will now see this is a radio button guys, which is gender. You can select only one value at a time here. This is radio button, and then we will have a simple checkbox guys. Checkbox is another kind of a input field. Just put a break tag, and then we will have input type. This time this will be checkbox, and name will be equal to agree to terms and conditions. So if you now refresh it, you will now see a simple checkbox. So you can now see, you can check this box, and basically you can attach just put a simple label that agree to terms of service, like this. After this guys, we will have a simple button to submit the form. So input type will be here submit, and we will be giving a name attribute of submit here, and value will be equal to submit, and we will once again put break tag here like this. So if you now refresh it, your application, you will also see a break tag here. So if I now refresh it, you will now see a submit button is there. So all these fields we have made here. Now we need to simply attach the form validation. So as I click the submit button, I need to print the error messages right here, something like this. We need to print these error messages. So how to do this? It's very simple, guys. First of all, we need to write some PHP code here. First of all, we need to attach inside this form, we need to attach a method property. This method will be post. By default, the method is get if you don't provide the method argument, but we need to explicitly provide the method as post, and then the action parameter we need to provide. So this can be, we need to write some PHP here, echo, and here we will use this HTML special characters function, and here we need to pass a string, guys. Basically this string will be a constant. This will be equal to here @server, and here we need to pass double quotes PHP underscore self. So you just need to pass this and put a semicolon, that's it, and also close the PHP tags. So this is the action parameter that you need to attach, guys, which is basically, this simply means that it will automatically submit to the same file, which is index.php. If you want to submit to a different file, you will provide the address, but we will be handling the form validation in the same file, which is index.php. That's why we are attaching this constant. So now at the very top, guys, we will define the PHP code here. So right here we will put this PHP block, and basically, guys, here we will define the error variables for form validation. So these error variables will be for each and every field here, which is name error is equal to email error. So each and every field will be having their respective error variables, mobile number error, and then we will have gender error, and then basically we will have our website error. So the initial value will be, all these error variables, guys, will be empty. So agree error, so agree error, initial value will be empty, so put this, and also we will be assigning the values, guys, inside the respective variables, name, email. Here you will be storing all the information which will be coming from the user, mobile number, and then we have the gender property, gender, and we have the website and the agree. So all these variables we will declare, guys. So almost 6 variables are there, so this will be empty. So right here we have defined this, guys. So now we need to first of all check here, as we have attached to this form element, you can see that, guys, we have attached this a post request here. So now we just need to compare the method inside the if condition. So here we will simply say here @server, and here we need to check for the request method. So here there is a property called as request underscore method, and here we need to simply check if this is a post method, then in that case we need to, so @server. I think this needs to be in double quotes, triple equal to post. Let me see. So close this. So now basically, guys, here you can see that if @server request method is equal to post, and what sort of error is here, syntax error, unexpected if, oh sorry, we need to put a semicolon here. So at the end of each and every line, guys, inside your PHP code, you need to put a semicolon. That's why the error was coming. So now you need to compare each value, guys. We need to put the validation empty. So first of all, we will compare for the empty error if the user hasn't entered any sort of value. So first of all, we will compare that. So here for this purpose, we will use the empty method of PHP. So basically this method determines whether the variable is empty or not. So here we will simply, inside our post, we will give the name attribute that we have given. So if you check here, basically we have provided each input field with a name attribute, name. You can see here name. So each and every input field have this name attribute, so we are targeting it using this name attribute. So we will initialize this name error variable. So here we will initialize that name is required. You can see that, put a semicolon. So as you can see that basically if the user hasn't entered the name, we will initialize this name error that name is required. And basically we can in the else block, if the user has entered the name, then we need to put the validation. So we will simply call a function, guys, which will be the custom function for the validation, input data, and here we will pass this name parameter. So here we need to define this function, guys, which is custom function of PHP input data, and here you will pass our data. And here inside this function, guys, we simply need to remove all the slashes, remove all the spaces which are there, special symbols. So there are some methods out there inside PHP which lets you do this. First method is trim method. It removes all the white space from the beginning and end of a string. So here we will pass the data like this. And then we will have another function which will be strip slashes. So it will remove all the unquotes, the quotes which are there. And then we will again pass a simple function which is HTML special characters. So basically it will remove all the special characters and it will convert them to HTML entities. And lastly we will return this from this function, that's it, return data. So now after getting all this validated, we will first of all have a regular expression, guys. For the regular expression we will use this method which is preg match. This is a method and basically it performs a regular expression. So here you need to pass this regular expression, guys, to check that if the user has entered the correct format. So inside this regular expression, guys, inside double quotes, this is your regular expression. So basically it only allows the characters from A to Z in small letters and capital letters. So here you need to pass the name actual, we need to test on that. So if it returns true, then in that case we will put this, if it returns false because we put this not sign. So if this doesn't matches, then we will simply say only alphabets and white spaces are allowed. Only the alphabets and white spaces are allowed. If you put numbers here, numbers are not allowed, special characters are not allowed. So just put a comma, semicolon, and basically, guys, you have initialized this name error. Now to embed this error, it's very simple. When you go to your input field here, you can simply embed this error. You will simply put a span tag here, and inside this span tag you will simply put the class, which is, we have defined this class which is error in the CSS, and simply you will put the PHP tags echo, and then you will put your name variable, name error, that's it. So you will put this, and now if you try to submit your form without entering the, if you try to submit this, click submit, you will see name is required. You will see that name is required. If I try to enter a number inside it, only alphabets and white spaces are allowed. If I try to insert, let's suppose, special characters, then again this error will come. If I enter the correct one, no error will be coming. So you can see that. So we need to remove, just do it for each and every field out there, guys. So after this, we will once again have another if statement. We will compare it for the next field, which is email address. So if the email address is empty, guys, then again we will initialize the same one for the email error, that email is required. And then we will again have a else block, and then we will simply pass this email to this input data, simply to remove any sort of white space. We will pass our input, this is email, we will pass this email like this. After this, guys, now we need to perform the email validation. So for performing this email validation, guys, we have the built-in PHP email validator which lets you do this. So this is filter var. This is a method we will use, guys. So it filters a variable with a specified filter. So we will pass our email address, and there is a special filter which is available inside PHP, which is filter validate email address. So this lets you validate your email address, guys. So filter validate email, and basically if it doesn't matches, then we need to initialize this error. If it returns false, then that invalid email format, put a semicolon. Now we simply need to embed this error, guys. So right here we can simply again say span. We need to attach the class here, error, and then we can simply put PHP tags here, and then we can simply email error. That's it. So now if I try to submit, basically, guys, if I try to open the browser, if I type the name, but if I don't type the email address, you will see email is required. If I type the email, type invalid email, you will now see please include an @ in the email address. I think you can see that input type text. If I try to see here, if I try here, let's suppose if I invalid email format, you will see that this is the invalid email. So if I try to enter, let's suppose a valid email address now, and also enter a valid name, so no error will be coming. So you can see that. So now we need to do the same thing, guys, for the rest of the fields out there. This is the name validation is done, and also we have done the email validation is also done. Now we need to do the same thing for the rest of the fields out there. So now we will be doing this for the phone number. So this will be, we will be doing this for the phone number, guys. So after this, so this will be, we will be getting the mobile number. So mobile number, guys, mobile number validation is slightly tricky because mobile number, as you all know, it contains 10 digits. So if the user hasn't entered the mobile number, we will simply say that mobile number is required. And basically, guys, just in the else block, if they entered it, then we need to validate it. So mobile number, and here we need to pass it to the custom function to remove the spaces and the, you can now see, post mobile number. And then, guys, we need to check that we need to again use the regular expression for this preg match, and here you need to perform a regular expression for the mobile number. So here you will write like this. This is your regular expression, guys. So we will put inside this square bracket 0 to 9. So number should be in between 0 to 9, and then we will multiply it by dollar symbol and then slash. So this is your regular expression, guys. So you need to pass your mobile number here. So if it doesn't matches, then we will simply return out a simple error, which is we will simply say that only numeric value is allowed. So if you don't enter, if you enter a string kind of a value, then we will simply return this error here. And let's suppose they have entered, we also need to check for the string length. So we can check using the string length function. So it will get the string length. We will pass the mobile number, So if it is doesn't equal to 10 guys, so in that case you will simply attach this error, which is mobile number must contain 10 digits. So as you can see that guys, we are attaching multiple errors based upon the condition. If they doesn't enter numbers, we will attach this error. If they entered mobile number greater than 10 digits, we will attach this error. So now we simply need to attach this error guys. So again in the span tag, so we will attach this error, which is class error, and dynamically we can insert the PHP tag and we can embed this mobile number error, put a semicolon like this. And now guys, if you now try to do this now, and if I don't enter, you will see, first of all we need to enter, and you will now see mobile number is required. And if I now entered basically in wrong format, mobile must contain 10 digits, you will see. You will see mobile number must contain 10 digits. If I now enter the mobile number 982125546, so no error will be there. And let me see why it is. If prag match, if you see we have attaching this, I think I have made an error here. Let me do this once again. So let me once again test it. And let me enter a string value here. You will see mobile number must contain 10 digits. You will see that. I can say here else if. Yeah, I can say here else if I do like this guys, let me check here. So you can see only numeric values allowed. You will see that. If I now entered a greater than, you can see mobile number must contain 10 digits. So you can see that all the error messages are printing out successfully. So now we need to do the same thing for the website URL also. So URL validation. So many a times you will have a input box where you need to enter the website URL. So we will be seeing that how to do this validation. So first of all, we will get the data which the user has written. So inside this $post website. So if they doesn't enter the value, we need to just put this error that website URL is required. And if they entered the URL, then we need to validate that URL. So first of all, inside this if condition, we will again have a regular expression here. Again, we will use the same function prag match, and here you need to perform a regular expression check here. So this is slightly complicated guys. So basically, let me copy this. So this is a regular expression to check for the website URL. So you can just pause the video and basically you can check for this. It is including all the conditions here basically, and we are passing this website, and if this fails, we will put here invalid URL. That's it. So now we can attach this to the website here, to the span tag here. We can attach the error, and then we can simply echo out the error, which is website error. And now if you refresh it, you can see website URL required. So if I enter an invalid website, you will see invalid URL. You can see if I entered a again invalid URL, because you need to add this HTTPS also. So like this. Now you can see again it is saying invalid https freemediatools.com. Let me see why it is having this problem. uh, I think we also need to add this https www also. uh, Let me see guys why it is having this problem. Website error. uh, Let me just paste it once again and again do this. I don't know why it is doing that, but oh sorry, we have copy pasted to the wrong file guys. This is, you can see that we have copy pasted to the wrong file. First of all we need to uh, yeah, we need to also remove this. So we need to basically call this function. We need to input data that we have defined, and we need to pass this website URL to that. Yeah, sorry, we need to pass this website to the this input data, so it will remove all the white spaces from it, and then we need to pass. So that was the problem which was there. So if you again try this, and now if you try, it is valid URL, will see no error will be there. So now we need to do the same thing guys for the next field, which is the radio button. So for the radio button it's very simple guys. So basically we will have if condition here. So we will again check empty dollar post, and this time this will be for the gender. Either this can be male, female, or other. We will get this. If they don't enter anything, if they don't select anything, we will simply say that gender is required. And in the else block, we will simply say that gender is equal to input data. We will basically remove all the white spacing, gender, like this. So now you can see if you now enter, basically we also need to embed this. So right here, we will embed this right here. So support this class error echo, and we can echo out this gender error. So you can see gender is required. If you enter it now, basically you can now see nothing will be there. So now the last thing which is remaining guys, which is the checkbox. So the checkbox is, we also need to do this for the checkbox, agree to terms and condition, and lastly this will be the checkbox. So this will be, again we will compare it in the, we will, for this we will be checking is set. So basically if the dollar post variable is checked, in that case we will, if this is not set, in that case we will simply say please accept terms and conditions before submitting the form. And in the else block we can simply say, we can basically pass this data to this function to remove the white spacing like this. So basically now we can embed this error guys, basically error, and basically we can echo out this error, which is agree error. And now you can see that, guys, if you haven't selected, please accept terms and conditions before submitting the form. If you try to write these like this, so no error will be there. So now we need to display this data, guys. The user input, whatever user entered the data, we need to display that data. So how to do that? It's very simple, guys. So just scroll down the page and here you will write your PHP code. So here you will write your PHP code, guys, right here at the bottom. So whenever the user click the submit button, we will basically display the data. So for doing this, we will once again check inside the if condition. Here we will say is set, and basically we will again check for $post, and here you will put the submit button. So for the submit button, you will see we have attached this name attribute which is equal to submit. So here we are just checking if the button has been clicked by the user, then this automatically execute. And here you will be checking for all the error, which is name error, if it's equal to null, and also we will use the AND condition here. So here we will be checking for all the error variables, guys. If they equal to nothing, in that case we perfectly know that no error will be there. So here we will check for all the error variables, website error, gender error, and accept which was agree error, agree error. So in that case, guys, you can see if no error is there, we can simply print out the value by the echo statement here. So we will simply say here h3, and basically we can simply say that inside the bold tag, we can simply copy this line here, paste it. You have successfully registered. You can see that we are attaching this red color here. Basically, after this we can basically print out all the values which is there. So again we can write some echo statements here inside the h2 tag. The name will be equal to, we will concatenate the name like this, then we will have the email address, then we will concatenate the email like this, then we will have the basically mobile number, then we will have the website, and basically then we will have the gender. So in between, guys, you can also put some break tags as well. So depending upon how you need to do this, just put a break tag. So after this, also paste it. So that's it, guys. This is your application which is complete. Now let me test it. Basically, if I don't enter anything, you will see all these error messages will come. If I write all the things correctly, and so you will see you are successfully registered. Your input, name, email, mobile number, website, gender, you will see that all this information is printed out. So this is your advanced PHP registration form validation example, guys. I have shown you step by step. with the error messages printed out. So this was a tutorial. So if you like this one, that please hit that like button, subscribe the channel as well. If you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit that like button, subscribe the channel as well. So please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe the channel as well. And you can just download all the source code in the description of this video. I have given all the source code. So thanks very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next one.